good news just shook the markets, but it may not actually be good news for buyers. We just saw a strong job report with roughly 170,000 private sector jobs being added and wages rising about 4.3% year over year. On paper, that is exactly what you want to see in a healthy economy: strong job growth, rising incomes, and resilient consumers. But here's the twist: when the economy runs hot, it makes it harder for the Federal Reserve to justify cutting rates quickly. The newly selected Fed chair is considered more hawkish, which simply means more focused on fighting inflation and less likely to rush into rate cuts. So when the market digests strong economic data instead of cheering, it starts to question how soon interest rates will actually come down. There is an old economic theory called the Phillips curve that suggests strong growth leads to more inflation and therefore higher rates. Some economists now argue that higher productivity, especially driven by AI and technology, could allow growth without as much inflationary pressure. That debate will continue. But for us, what matters is this: if the economy remains strong, aggressive rate cuts are not guaranteed, and that directly affects buyer psychology. Now let's bring this home to all the Midtown Direct train line towns here in New Jersey, namely Millburn, Short Hills, Livingston, Summit, Chatham, and Maplewood. You may be reading broader headlines about inventory levels, about slight softening in parts on the MLS, about days on the markets creeping up. You may even hear phrases like price correction. That is not what I'm seeing in our core Midtown Direct towns in the key price bands. Under 1.2 million in Livingston, under 2 million in Millburn and Summit, updated move-in ready homes in Maplewood and Chatham, close to the train, the demand in these segments is real and it is deep. Yes, across the border MLS, inventory recently hit one of the lowest winter levels on record, and months of supply ticked up to around 3 months in some reports. But these 3 months of supply is still a seller-leaning market. This is not a balanced market and certainly not distressed. What we are seeing is not a crash. It is not a correction in our towns. It is a pause in acceleration combined with more rate sensitivity. Buyers are more analytical, they are more cautious, but they are absolutely still there. Here's what many buyers are getting wrong. They are waiting for rates to drop, hoping for the perfect combination of lower mortgage rates and less competition. In towns like ours along the Midtown Direct train line, that combination almost never materializes. If rates dip even slightly, the sidelines fill quickly. The relocation families who've been renting, the buyers who lost out last year, the people who've been watching and waiting. Demand does not trickle back into Millburn or Short Hills. It floods back. So waiting does not reduce competition, it often increases it. For sellers, this matters just as much. If you are thinking about selling in Short Hills, Summit, or Chatham, and you are waiting for lower rates because you think it'll bring more buyers, understand that you are also waiting for more listings. Winter inventory is always tight, and as we move into March and April, supply naturally increases. So the strategic window is not automatically after rates drop. It may actually be before the spring surge, when you are competing against fewer homes. What I'm watching very closely right now, I'm watching buyer urgency under key psychological price points. I'm watching how quickly well-priced homes go under contract compared to aspirationally priced ones. And I'm watching how even small shifts in rate stability affects showing activity. So far in Millburn, Livingston, Summit, Chatham, and Maplewood, I'm still seeing strong absorption for homes that are positioned correctly. Not frenzy everywhere, but definitely not a shade of weakness either. The macro story is fascinating. The Feds, the inflation, productivity, growth, but real estate is local. In our Midtown Direct towns, Demand is structurally supported by strong schools, commute convenience, lifestyle appeal, and limited land. That foundation does not disappear because just one jobs report. So instead of trying to predict exactly where rates will be in 6 months, the smarter move is to build a strategy around current buyer behavior and current inventory dynamics. If you are thinking about buying or selling in Millburn, Short Hills, Livingston, Summit or Chatham, even Maplewood, South Orange, let's look at your timing based on data, not headlines. Call me directly at 914-519-8018 and we can walk through what makes sense for you in this market. I'm Neena Jindal from Keller Williams, bringing you hyper-local insights from New Jersey's Midtown Direct train line towns. Our results will move you.